Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Now today I have a bit of a chatty video and I've created a really dark sparkly eye for you. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm starting off with the P. Louise base on the P. Louise brush. I'm just going to prime on the inner corner here and up into my crease area and up into the brow. So I am going to prime my lid with black. So I basically only want this in this area here. Okay, so I'm going to wipe that P. Louise brush off and then I'm going to go into the black P. Louise base, which is called Batter Black. Really black. So it just helps to create a bit of intensity in that black smoky eye. Now what I'm going to do is put it in the shape that I really want that black to end up in. So I'm not doing a cut crease as such, but I'm trying to focus on the shape that I'm going to end up with. Now, I've got a couple of questions for you guys. My channel's not doing great at all. So it's been 18 months that I've been putting some videos online and I'm just not getting anywhere basically. I do work full-time as well, but I would like this to be, along with everyone else who's on YouTube, my full-time job. So I just have some questions for you and I'd like you to come back to me if you can with some suggestions. Now, I just want to mention that when I do a video, it's on a day that when I feel really good basically. I do suffer from depression and anxiety and I have so much pain. I had a whiplash injury when I was 22. I'm now 52, so I've been dealing with pain in my neck for 30 years. So I have a lot of painkillers and I am on an antidepressant actually too, and a very high dose. I had a family incident sort of happen about 2 years ago which led me into a bit of a tailspin. And I had to go up on my antidepressant then, and I'm fearful to go off it because I know how much it's helped me. It's really saved my life basically. So I do film, like I said, on days that I feel good enough to actually get in front of the camera. So I can go 3 or 4 days. I feel like I'm a little bit bipolar, to be honest. I can go 3 or 4 days and feel really good, and then I'll sink into a little bit of a hole for 3 or 4 days. Now one of the things that's contributing to that, now it's not a huge contribution by any means, is the social media aspect. Now like I said, I've only been doing this for 18 months and prior to that I really wasn't a social media fiend. I would get onto Facebook every now and again and that was about it. But when I go to the effort of actually doing a video and buying the products and showing you, and then I get like, 17 views, I think, oh my gosh, that's just such a waste of my time. I do so much enjoy doing it. I enjoy editing as well. I enjoy talking to my subscribers and answering any questions. They have you guys have got lovely comments for me which really brighten my day and make my day completely. But then like I said, when you're sort of looking at your views and your subscribers and nothing's happening, I think, what on earth am I doing wrong? Just back to the makeup for a sec, so you can see that I'm popping this in a shape which is kind of circular, but it's more of the product is on the outer corner here, and I do need to make this quite circular because when I do relax my eyes, as I've got hooded eyes, you can see that flattens right out. So I've really got to relax them down and then go back in and make that a little bit more circular. Now I don't have much space to work with. One of my eyes is more hooded than the other and they're uneven. I've got more space in this eye section than I do in this eye, so it's really difficult excuse me, to get them even. So I've got to be a little bit more pedantic and take my time when I'm going in and creating the actual shape. So I don't have much space left to actually put a transition colour in. Alrighty, so I've got that black base in. Now you can see it's not perfect by any means. It's not a cut crease, so don't go too crazy on trying to get it perfect, but make sure the shape is right for your eyes. So I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques little tiny blender. I'm just going to go around the very edge of that black base, and just little circular motions. I'm just going to try and blend the very edge of that. Okay, so getting back to my problem. So what I'd like you guys to do is, if you do feel like you have a question or a comment, please comment. Comments, likes, and obviously subscribers help my channel to grow, and that's what I want to do. Now, the reason I'm doing YouTube is because I'm an older woman, like I'm 52, and I'm still doing makeup. By no means do I wear makeup every single day. I'll put some makeup on when we go out for dinner or something like that, or to a special event, but I certainly don't use it every day. I've done a video or two on really easy, quick makeup looks if you just want to rush out the door to somewhere and it's not a special occasion or anything like that, but you feel like you need some makeup on. And then I want to appeal to women who, you know, get to my age and feel like they want to just give up. They don't want to bother with their clothes or their makeup or their hair or anything like that. And I just want to urge you just to keep going, because you don't want to give up on life, you know. I did for a while there, definitely. You can see I've just blended that edge out very, very lightly. Okay, so I've blended that out very, very lightly. Now I'm going to go into, I don't have a matte grey, so I'm going to go into the Creepy Cute palette from Shroud Cosmetics. I did a video, the last video I did was using this palette, I'm pretty sure. It's got some beautiful pastel colours in there, but it does have a grey, which is called Tombstone. It's a matte colour. So I'm going to use that next on an Urban Decay contour brush, which is really quite tiny. And just on the tip, I'm going to go in with that grey and basically pop it in over the top of that blend. And try and retain that shape that you've got. Now, like I said, I started this channel because I did want to help people, basically. I do want it to be my full-time job, like I said. But I feel like if I can come on here at 52 and I've got wrinkles, and I can show you that you can still wear glitter, you can still wear a black smoky eye at our age. I hope that I can empower someone to actually sit down and try and give it a go and reclaim your life if you happen to have lost it. Like I said, I did definitely lose it completely. Probably about 2 years ago now, and before that I've had a few dramas in my life, like everyone does. Divorce and kids problems and all that sort of thing, and work. But there was about 2 years ago that's, you know, something in my family just nearly drove me to distraction. And like I said, I had to go up in my antidepressant, and I am fearful of actually coming off that now, because it is actually helping me a lot. It's enabling me to do this in front of a camera and put myself out there. Alrighty, so I've got that transition colour in with that small brush, and I want to go in and actually blend that out a little bit further, just so it's not so harsh on the edges here. So I'm going to use my NARS 42, it's my favourite brush at the moment for blending, and I'm going to use Anastasia's Blank. So it's a creamy white colour. Sometimes I use a white, but I feel like sometimes it just is a bit too much. It does, you know, blend this out just a little bit too much and leave you with a little bit too much white on your eyes. So I'm just going over that edge of the grey just to blend that. Okay, so back to my problems. So every time I upload a video, my subscriber count goes down every single time. So like I said, it kind of gets to you. You think, what on earth am I doing wrong? something I'm doing is pushing people away. My watch time goes down. I mean, people will watch a video of mine for 2 minutes and then click off, and I'm thinking, oh, I don't want them to click off. I really have some good points later in the video that I want you to see, but it just continues to happen. So what am I doing wrong? Let me know. Am I going into too much in depth with each step that I do with my makeup? Am I showing too much? Are the videos too long? Am I not showing enough? Now when you're doing a really dark smoky look like this, I find it better obviously to do my eyes first. You can go in then and just wipe out anything that you don't want, and then go and put your eye cream on then and let it settle in, because you don't want to be wasting eye cream. You can also use shadow shields as well. I use them from time to time. I don't know if I've done that on my channel at all as yet. I'm just going to blend just a tiny little bit more there. Alright, so ordinarily if I'm going to use black, I use matte carbon, which is great. I've started to use the melt stack a little bit more, the dark matter. The one on the bottom is black and it's called dark matter. So I'm going to use that today. A MAC brush 238, I can't see that because I'm going blind, so I'll pop it in the description bar for you. And I just want to go over that initial shape that we put in with this black. Okay, so back to what I'm doing wrong. So, do I sound like I know too much? Am I being cocky? Do I come across as being cocky? Do I come across as not knowing enough? Is my makeup just simply not good enough for YouTube? Am I not showing enough new products on my channel? I've got a problem in that I'm in Australia, and obviously when something new comes out in the States, it takes weeks to get it here in Australia because of shipping. Sephora Australia is always late with everything that comes out in Sephora in the States. Parts of my makeup application monotonous? Are you seeing the same thing over and over again? Am I using too many of the same products? I do try obviously to vary everything that I use and show you some new stuff, but I do stick to basically some of the same products, like my primers, my Tarte Clean Slate, my Murad Oil Control Primer, because I know that they work and work really, really well. Some of my foundations I do use over and over again. I have tried to show you my samples that I get of new foundations that come out. Just while I'm doing this, you can see me going back in and rounding that off again, really relaxing my eyes down and rounding that off, because it does tend to flatten out if you've got severely hooded eyes like I do. Okay, so that black is in and on. Now if you've got uneven eyes like I do, it does take a little bit of time to really relax your eyes down and get that shape kind of perfect. Yeah, it does take time, so just give it a day where you know, not got too much on and you want to just sit down and practice, get your colours out or get your black out and have a go. I encourage you to do it. Now when you go out, tell me, if you make an effort with your makeup and your hair, does it make you feel empowered? Does it make you feel confident and more bold? Does it make your partner or your husband enjoy you more? I think that's the reason why we wear makeup. You want to feel confident. I know when I go out and I've made an effort, I've done my nails, I've done my hair, I've tried to do my makeup, I know I feel better. So whether I look better or not is immaterial to me. If I can feel better when I go out, or when I'm in public, that's really important to me. So that's, like I said, one of the reasons I'm doing these videos on YouTube, just to help somebody feel a little better about themselves. So I'm going to go back into that grey in the Creepy Cute palette. It's hard to say on a Real Techniques blending brush. And just once again on the very, very edge, I want to try and blend that black just a little bit so it's not looking like a cut crease. So I'm just going on the very, very edge, tiny little bit. I don't want to destroy that shape. I want to keep that shape, but I don't want it as to be such a harsh line. Okay, so back to the conversation. So if you're new to my channel and you do enjoy my content, please subscribe. Leave a comment, you know, what you want to see. Every little bit helps and encourages me to keep going, to buy products so that I can show them to you. Now I'm really honest with my reviews of products when I use them. I'll tell you whether they fit my face, which is mature, whether the eyeshadow palette is worth buying, whether a foundation's good for oily T-zone mature skin. So I'll always let you know the truth. Now I mentioned this on my channel the other day. If you've got texture in your eyelids, which I do, I never used to obviously in my youth, but as I've gotten older I've got wrinkles that come in here. I've got texture absolutely everywhere and wrinkles on my eyelids. Your blending is going to be hard, so it does take a little bit of extra effort just to get it blended well. Like I've got a scar there that just will not take eyeshadow at all. I've got lumps and bumps over here in this area, which make the blend in that transition area just look a bit ratty. But you just got to work with what you got. Okay, so going in with some glitter glue on the P. Louise brush, I just wiped off that base that I had on it. And just a little bit to start with and just pat it on. Don't want to lose too much of that black underneath. I want to use it as a base for the glitter. Now I want to go in same shape, and just leaving a little bit of a gap there where that black is that you can see. And I'm just going roughly to about there. So patting all that on, I'm going to go straight into some glitter. I love this glitter. This is with Love Cosmetics. And the colour is called Black Beauty. It's gorgeous. So I'm going to use that same P. Louise brush and just pat it on top of the glitter glue. Just want to go back into that black on a MAC 221. I just want to go right over the edge of where the glitter and the black meet. Now please remember, girls, that a look that is using dark colours especially does look worse before it gets better. So don't panic. I still do panic, so I'm telling you not to. But yeah, don't panic. Just if it looks a bit wishy-washy, just blend a little bit more, add a little bit more colour, go in again. Like I say, just take your time though. Do it when you've got time. Okay, so lashes. You can either obviously use just a mascara. You don't have to put lashes on every single time you do makeup. It does take time. With a dark look like this though, I do recommend you actually using lashes, because as you can see, you really can't see my lashes there, and it does bring an eye look together. I didn't wear lashes for a long time until I started using them, and I went through hell trying to get them on my eyes. Now it is a little bit harder when you've got glitter or something or a shimmer on your eyelid with no actual eyeliner. Now I did do a video very recently on winged eyeliner for very, very hooded eyes, and it is very, very difficult, and it does take a lot of practice. So you won't see it very often on my channel. Alright, so I've gone ahead and done the rest of my complexion products. I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Lifeliner. So I've already done the tight line, put my lashes on, and just pop that in the waterline, and just below the waterline. I really do love that liner. It is very, very black. So I'm going back in with the black Melt Cosmetics and a smudger brush from Zoeva. I just want to set that firstly in the waterline, and then just smudge that black line with that black eyeshadow. I'm just taking that eyeliner right into the very inner corner. It's not very fine, the end of that. That's the only thing I find with this, is that when you want to smudge something, it's great, but when you want to do some fine work, it's probably a little bit too thick. And then just go over that with that little bit of that black. I'm going to go back into that Tombstone colour, and I'm going to use a Real Techniques brush. Sometimes I use a 221 and it just gets a little bit out of control. It's a little bit more dense, but you can control the amount a little bit more. I'm just going to go back in with the NARS 42 now that I put my foundation on. Just blend that outside edge just a little bit more. Alrighty, so on the home stretch. Now because my eyes are so full on, I'm going to do just a really nice nude lip. Very light. You know, I like my light coloured lipsticks. It does make your lips look a little bit bigger when you use a light colour, and if you've got any wrinkles around there, it just prohibits bleeding basically into those lines if you use a really light colour. So I love it. So I'm going to use my MAC pencil in Naked just to give me some outline. I'm going to use Powder Kiss from MAC in Influentially It. You've seen this on my channel before. I love this colour. And then over the top of that, I'm going to use my Tom Ford Ultra Shine Lip Gloss in Naked as well, just for a bit of gloss. I will always use this. I love this colour. Love the formula, the gloss. It's beautiful. Alright guys, so that's my look for today. Now I really hope that I've helped you in some way to make you realise that you can wear colours, you can wear dark colours when you're at our age. So if you like my video, don't forget to give me a like, a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and you like my content, please subscribe. Click the notifications bell and then you'll be notified when I do upload another video. And don't forget to give me some comments on what I'm doing wrong, what you'd like to see, any hints and tips that you might like to give me. So have a great day guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.